Welcome, welcome. How have you been? Please use the chat. I don't know if we only have our oldies here today or we have new people. New people, please give us a little wave. Yes, hello. You can also say something in the chat. Hello. Lovely. What a good bunch. Good to see you. So today's song is a Russian art song. I don't know if many of you know it. I know that Diana from the Brighton Russian Choir knows it. And I'm sure that whoever knows Russian art songs, this is one of the top 10 beautiful Russian romances. Russian romance, Russian art song. And we are going straight into the tune. Oh, thank you very much for the compliments. No champagne. Look, oh, lots of chat things are coming in. I won't be able to read everything. We're going straight into the tune, okay? So what we do on these shows, we usually sing through the tune. Then once we know the tune, okay, we attach our Russian, we go through the Russian text, translate, and sing it together. Maybe just one verse, maybe a couple of verses, see how we get on. Now, today's song also has an English translation that is possible, you know, it's singable. So we'll see how we get on. Some of you might want to sing it in English. Let's see. So let's look at the tune. Now, I know that some of you have printed your music. Show me if you have. Yeah, okay. Right, okay. So before we start, let me just tell you one thing. I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to ask you to all go from that low note and go upwards. Oh, that's our range for today. It's quite a lot. Okay, I'm unmuting you. Let's make a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. Listen again. Your lowest note, I need to be upright and take it easy. Not everyone's range, this is. You can keep going, but that's what we need today. Let's do it again together and sitting upright. Take it easy, let's go. Going back, okay? Right? So this is our range for today. It should work for most of us. The song is slightly wider range than what we sang previously. So let's go straight to the tune. Now, I never play songs in the same key as you see on the music because this is for a soprano and not all of us are sopranos here. So we will sing it in C minor, which is a major third lower. Okay, la la la. We'll go two phrases. I sing two phrases, you sing them back, okay? Listen. La 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 la. Let's go together. La 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 la. Okay, second phrase, going right up. La, 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 la. That's your note, let's go. Da, 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 dee. Da, 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 da. Let's go from the beginning. Okay, that's our note. La. So we're going to sing the next line, which is slightly smaller. I hope you can see it. I don't know which bar number it is. it's where it says "you'll not return." We will talk about the meaning of it later, but it's a sad love and nostalgia song. La, 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 okay, and let's go. La, 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 la,
La la la.
We'll go from the beginning up to here. How are you getting on?
Good.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
if you are not if you're not muted, let's see that everyone is muted. Yeah. So you need to mute your microphone. We will sing through the tune one more time. Now, let me see in the chat. If you're hearing some extra voices we shouldn't be hearing, let me know now. Right. Okay. Well, I make sure that everyone is muted apart from me. So, go back to our tune and we go from the very beginning. And I will sing to the end. If you can read music, sing the tune all the way to the end with me. Okay. There's a little extra there to what we've done. A little extra. So let's sing the extra again from the middle of your previous line, one before last. How is that tune for you?
Beautiful.
Very
pretty.
Fantastic.
That's a great
He was crying.
Oh.
To me,
sad song.
to me, it's one of these most characterful Russian art songs. This is it. This is the Russian romance. Everything is in it, and also the text. If you read through what it means, now let's look at what it means before we sing the whole tune one more time. I'll show you the translation. It's not quite exactly what the Russian language says, but it's quite close. So my memories do not awaken of days gone by, and you see that every line, second line will be repeated. Yeah, you'll not return. I am forsaken. My soul does cry. My soul does cry. And we will be coming back to the two last lines again. Yeah. Don't cast your fateful glances on me, your wicked eyes, your wicked eyes. Don't tempt me now with words of honey, with empty lies, with empty lies. When happiness comes, grasp it tightly. Be thankful then, be thankful then. And when the fire of love burns brightly, we live again, we live again. You who put out that sacred fire, oh burn, let it burn, oh let it burn. Those precious hours of love's desire will never return, will never return. Now, I think, anyone crying now? It's very much like that, emotional, and I don't know if you have a style in the English language. To me, it sounds a bit like poems from the 18th century or something like this, 19th century. Some of that romantic poetry. You don't think so? Well, I don't know how the English really carries the beauty of the Russian. Okay, because we're limited for time, we're going back to our tune. I'll show you the tune and we'll sing through the tune one more time. Right? La, 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 la. Okay. Yeah, nice. You're unmuted now. You can say
Very
something.
good, very good. Yes, yes.
Complain quickly.
Yes, everybody, yes, 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 yes.
Oh, sad. Complain, I said. Kvetch, complain quickly. It's very sad. No, you know, I try to balance between joyful melodies and fast melodies and clappy melodies and these beautiful, soulful ones. I hope you don't mind starting with a beautiful, big range, soulful melody today. Okay, now we are talking about gin and tonic again. Oh my God. So let's look at our text. We're coming back to the first verse and let's look at the Russian. Now, I'm going to read a line to practice, especially if you don't read in Russian. Say after me. So I'll say each line twice. You have a chance to practice. Не пробуждай воспоминаний. Let's go together in the rhythm of the song. Не пробуждай воспоминаний. I'm carrying on. Минувших дней. Goes twice. Минувших дней. And now you. Минувших дней. Минувших дней. 2, 3. Не is not, don't. Пробуждай, awaken, воспоминаний, memories, thoughts. Минувших, past. Дней, days. Just bring them all together into a sentence. The next line. Не возродишь былых желаний. So we're stretching some of these. Let's go again. And now. Не возродишь былых желаний в душе моей, в душе моей. 2, 3, let's go. В душе моей, в душе моей. 2, 3. Okay. Не, not, возродишь, bring back to life, былых, past, желаний, desires, в душе, in the soul, моей, mine. So you won't bring back these desires of the past in my soul. So it's not exactly my soul does cry. It's not exactly the same translation. We're going to try and sing through the first verse with text. Alternatively, if you want, you could try singing it with the English text, but it will clash with what I will be doing, and I will be singing it in Russian. Right. Let's go. Не пробуждай воспоминания минувших дней, минувших дней. Не возродишь былых желаний в душе моей, в душе моей. Не возродишь былых желаний в душе моей, в душе моей. Let's see your faces. Let's see how you feel. I'm unmuting you. How did you manage?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that we have different pace, you know, with the Russian, with the tune. Just do what you like, especially seeing we can't really hear each other. Now, we will do this one more time again, right? One more time with text. We may not sing any other verses today, but we will have an option of you singing the text you like. I'll just accompany you and play the tune in the end of today's session. Now, I see a couple more new faces here, so welcome everyone. I know people are writing lots here. I may not be able to read it now, and I won't be, but I read all the comments after our programs every time, every evening. So I can respond to you if you want, if you give me your email or whatever, yeah? So let's go back to our verse and sing it one more time in perfect Russian. But the most important thing is that it needs to be the perfect expression of that inner sadness and memory. And I think slightly resisting that love that is is trying to go back. If you read the rest of the text, it's like, no, don't, because I still love you. Don't bring it back because it's painful. Oh, yeah. Не пробуждай воспоминания минувших дней, не возвратишь былых желаний в душе моей. Не возвратишь былых желаний в душе моей, в душе моей. We'll do it one more time. And I'll sing with you this time to help you to go through the Russian, and let's go. Не пробуждай воспоминаний в душе моей, минувших дней, минувших дней, не возвратишь былых желаний в душе моей, в душе моей. Не возвратишь былых желаний в душе моей, в душе моей.
Lovely.
Very good, very good, very good.
Lovely, super.
Good. It's a beautiful tune. I personally love the tune so much. You know, it was probably one of the first Russian art songs I've learned, because I told some of you before, oh, look at this background, it's eating up my book. This is my grandfather's book, all bashed and falling apart. And this is the romance, the art song that, oh God, that my grandfather, and this is it, yeah, this is it. My grandfather and my mother and my aunt used to sing in two parts. By the way, there is a lovely interpretation of this being sung as a duet by the sisters Lissasian, very famous Russian singers. They had these operatic voices. They sang beautifully in two parts. And that, if you do a search for that art song, you will find it. So yeah, that book is as old as I am, same here. So how are you doing with this? You coping okay? I know that we have some Russian speakers. So I suggest that what we do now, we sing through it as if we're singing the whole text. You know, the whole text, it goes a bit more emotional and all that. And we only feel love once in our lifetime. So we will try to expand what we know to 3 verses. So as usual, we will hum and the first verse. And we will sing the second verse with Russian text. And the third verse, I will do And you may want to sing the English text or whatever you choose to do, okay? Because the English is underneath the music. Let's go back. Please let your, make your neighbors cry, okay? For the right reason, I mean. Now, I hear someone laughing, so I'm muting everyone again and go back to our song. 1877 it was written, long ago.
Fantastic. Very good. Lovely. Really good.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Lovely. Lovely.
So we have a few more minutes, so we can be a bit more relaxed. And let me see what's happening in this. Oh yeah, you like the song. That's lovely. Again, I'm just going through the chat to see if anything is really urgent. By the way, if you are getting used to Zoom now, I can see some clapping hands here. So you're getting used to these things, and thumbs up. There are little signs there. If you go to the top of your window, there should be some little things. Also, there should be a hand sign like this at somewhere. Yeah, just experiment with these. I don't know if there is an angry or sad or crying sign yet, but we can experiment with these. So I want to tell you a few things before we do this one more time. So on our program for the 10 sessions that now have been announced, and I hope you know the 10 sessions, Yiddish song tomorrow, it'll be dedicated to Pesach, to Passover. And then we have a Russian song again, so the day after tomorrow. The day after that, we have a Yiddish song. And the 5th date, the 11th, will be with two wonderful performers from Moldova. They are in Chisinau right now, in Moldova. Yefim Chorny is the singer and the composer. And he composed that song that we sang, that one. So he'll be singing songs in Yiddish. I'll sing some songs in Russian on the 11th. Please tell everyone and come. And then we'll have 5 more sessions with the 16th being a concert. I don't know who with yet, but it's usually, the concerts are usually Russian and Yiddish. So follow me on the webpage for updates. Now there is one, oh, I promised you to tell about that snow. I don't know what the weather is like where you are now. It's really nice and warm here. I went for a run in my vest today. Now, let me know where you are. I know that some of you, my choir members, are in Brighton and Hove and in London and somewhere around. But we have people from abroad. I know that we have some people from America. We have Toronto. Whom do we have? Yes, Fima and Susanna. That's it. That's 11. Fima and Susanna. That's them. Yeah. California. Yes. Wonderful. Excellent. So, and we have 48 people. 48 people. That's good. If we could keep it at around 50, it would be great. So my vocal quartet Ashkenazim went to New York, our second, not first, our second, I was wrong to say 2002, our second tour in America. We turned up in April. We looked up the weather. The weather was, that was mid-April, the weather said +12, +17. So we took our light tops and all that. We arrived in America. The second day we were there in New York. Yeah, it was snowing. No warning, it snowed in April. We brought our, little light shoes and stuff. So we thought, well, okay, we have some dollars. We saved some from these little concerts here and there. Let's go and buy ourselves some coats. We were freezing. And what we discovered back then, for us Russians, that was ridiculous. You could not buy a coat in April in America, a warm coat. You could only buy seasonal stuff. So we went round and round New York streets and we could not buy anything that would be appropriate for the snow. So we walked. I remember walking to Arbeiterring, to the Workmen's Circle, this organization where we're supposed to sing a concert, walking in our little shoes, completely like in snow and wet and getting really cold. We put all our tops on, on us. That was quite an experience. And now the first year I arrived in Britain, it snowed in April as well. Funny, isn't it? So we go back to our song now. Now, if you have any complaints or any suggestions to make, please write them now in the chat. Yeah. And we'll go back to our romance, our art song. Now, by the way, let me see. I won't show my screen yet. How many of you remember Burn, Burn My Star? Gori, gori. That art song, that romance we sang in the previous sessions, this is the same composer, right? Makes sense, right? This type of melody and this lyricism, it's half classical, half, there is some folk Russian melodism in it, but it's very classical in its style. Okay, let's go back to our tune. Now, what we will do, we have 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I suggest we make it into a longer song. I sing the first verse in Russian, you can join me. And then I will play one verse. When I play, you can sing in English. And actually, how many of you think you know the tune by heart? Do I need to show it? We're fine with the tune. Because I could probably just show you the page with the text. Or you could choose to sing a second verse or something, yeah? Let's see if that works. So I won't show you the music, I'll show you the text. Let's do that. All right, you don't see your English. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. Then I'll flip you to English. And then you quickly choose, okay? I'll give you a little interlude between the verses and then you choose and I'll shift my page by then. Nie пробуждай воспоминаний минувших дней, минувших И возродишь былых желаний в душе моей. Не возродишь былых желаний в душе моей, в душе моей. You know, I'll flip you to English now. Going back to the. Oh wait, somebody is not muted. I'm sorry. Let's la 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 it. La 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 la. Give it all your emotion. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Last bit again. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la
Beautiful.
Michael, fantastic.
So let's all say thank you to each other. I hope to see you here again. Come whenever you can. Pay whatever you can too, and spread the word around. And let's say goodbye to each other. I'm unmuting you for a minute.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Fantastic. Very good.
Thank you.